Hey, hey, this is Shiny Chaos. That's right, I am back, YouTubers. Well, we're going off, seems like the video is starting pretty much right away. And we are going off to the Blango Urgent. That's right, we have an Urgent. And I guess I am taking my sweet time getting there. So, 3-star Urgent, Blagonga. Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm making somewhat, well, you may not be able to tell, I'm making somewhat of a mistake here. I am not the greatest great sword user in the world, and I'm fighting a very mobile monster with the great sword. So, upcoming will be a large amount of fail. I don't know if I die, but this is not nearly as fast as it could be. I'm looking at the video, it's around 30 minutes, so we're going to break this into 2 parts. And this would definitely be a lot faster if I was using a weapon I was more comfortable with. So, how y'all been? Yes, it's been quite a while since I've done a video. It's mainly because, well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I've not really been doing too much other than that. I did lose my good job, so there's that. And I don't know, when I had it, I just had a lot of other things. Not really other things to do. I was doing other things, and this kind of fell by the wayside. So now that I have more time, there's definitely a desire to return back to this, and we will hopefully finish this out. Yay! If we still have anyone who actually, wants to watch this. So standard routines here for the ice area. We've got pretty much get to 6. I think that's where he starts. I'm not sure. It might be 8. It's been a while since I've done this. The actual footage of this was recorded quite a while ago. I'd say at least a good maybe a year ago, honestly. Probably 6 months, but maybe a year. Yeah, probably close to 6 months. So I've watched it a little bit, but this is pretty much a blind run for the, blind run for the commentary. So I believe I'm going to 8, as that's where my cursor is pointing. Some things with Blagonga. Yeah, so he does start in 8 for the first time. He probably starts in 8 for the rest of the times either, but honestly, low rank hunting Blagonga's kind of a waste of time. He doesn't really have a good low rank set. He's annoying to fight. You'll fight him a bit for giant bones, I want to say. Brute bones, giant bones. One of the bones that he has a pretty good chance of dropping. Or at least you will if you, I want to say if you're making the Tigrex set. But with the wonders of the internet, let's find out. As you can tell, I do this all by seat of my pants. One of the reasons that these are not terribly great. So let's see. Google Tigrex armor set materials. Let's see what we've got. I think this is Monster Hunter Try. This might be Monster Hunter Try. Possibly Monster Hunter Try. No, this is a low rank version of. Okay, so this is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Tigrex. Yes, I know this is talking about everything so much. Yeah, so you're not even gonna come here for that. You're not. Yeah, I honestly don't know why you would come and kill Blagonga past the urgent quest. It's not a fun fight. But on to strategy and help for those that are having trouble with this fight, which at 3 or 4 years past this game's release, not probably reaching a ton of you. But Okay, so Blagonga has a couple attacks. He has that berry, which you just saw about 10 seconds or so ago. He has the snowball toss, and he has the body charges and the flying clothesline. Oh, he also has a nice breath, as he demonstrates right there. Also, whenever Blagonga turns, like most monster, he actually has a hitbox in his legs. With Blagonga, it's actually kind of significant damage. Mainly because the fact that at the rank you're fighting him, usually at the time you're fighting him, the armor sets that you have are not going to have enough defense to really negate that damage. It usually will stumble you, and it's not insignificant, as you can see. I mean, it will take a lot of it to kill you, but with its constant chipping around, it's going to force your mistake. It stops really your natural recovery from affecting like the bigger moves that you eat. Or say that a better way, when you get hit by one of his bigger moves, those little turns, if you keep trying to fight, can help negate the natural recovery of the red life that you would have just by the sheer amount of them, as long as you're a blade user, or a blade hammer user, whatever. I'm a laser. If you're ranged, obviously you don't have to worry about the turns. You get to worry about his, fast movement more than anything else. Painting Blagonga is not a huge necessity. He doesn't really have any big area transitions that you have to worry about getting lost on. That being said, when he goes into the caverns, he can do it from any of the 3 snowy areas. So it can be pretty useful just to find out where he's gone, and if he transitions from the caverns back into the snowy areas, he can indeed travel to, I think, any of them. It might just be 5, but I do think you can go to any of them. So it's useful kind of for those 2 situations. That's another one of his big moves, though. Huge wind-up clothesline. I did forget to mention, too, the body slam and his back kicks. Body slam does a lot of damage, as you can just tell. Same thing with the back kicks. In fact, the back kicks is what's most likely, in my opinion, going to kill the newer, the people who are not used to his pattern as much. Yeah, Rage Blagonga is really fast and hurts a lot. Those are the back kicks. That's me failing a Superman. Yeah, so the back kicks, since he doesn't have to turn to do them, and in fact he will not turn to do them, people who are, if you try and kind of get attacks in and then roll around him like the standard melee strategy tends to be, those back kicks, after a couple of iterations of that, you'll actually tend to roll behind him and get smacked by the back kicks. Especially if he's in rage, that can really hurt. A rage back kicks is about 3/4 life on my life bar, I think. I don't think I get hit by the back kicks to actually see that, but if so, we'll certainly find out. But they are pretty big. They're if you fought Rajang before, it's the same sort of move. In fact, I think Rajang just picked it up from Blagonga, and they hurt just as bad. Now, obviously, non-rage mode, things are a lot more forgivable, or a lot more forgiving in terms of damage and speed, especially with Blagonga. There's a really big dichotomy to how much of a difference there is between his speed in rage and his speed in normal. It's kind of like Diablos, where Diablos is, I mean, he's fairly fast, but he's not that fast outside of rage, but he gets a massive ton faster in rage. As for the ice balls, the snowballs, they're not hugely damaging, and they're very easy to avoid. They can frost you, along with his frost breath, if I remember correctly. When I say frost you, I mean turn you into Frosty the Snowman. keep warming potions, obviously. Stamina loss is no fun. But I mean, his big attacks that you're really going to be worried about are rage mode dashes, and the back kicks, and just the incremental damage of his positioning. His side hops can hit you, his turns can hit you. Everything else he really just leaves himself open for. And a strategy I found, and I find that this works with most the primate, or whatever they're called in game, monsters, is just hit them in the stomach. They'll have to turn. They don't generally have a side hitting move for a lot of damage. It's generally one of the better places to try and get yourself. Granted, you don't do as much damage. Most of the primates have a weakness on their head for most types of damage. And with Blagonga, you can actually break his whiskers and his teeth. I think you break them at the same time. But you need to have fire damage. He's actually the first introduction to type-specific breaks, or damage-type-specific breaks in the game. Quake move, need quick resistance to get around it, but even in rage, you really don't get comboed if you get hit by that, so not a huge issue. You can block it. I just believe I'm so... Oh, I got hit by non-rage. Okay, so non-rage up kicks, or back kicks. Wow, I am terrible. So I think I die here. Yeah. Okay, so awesome. I do die. Don't do that. That's the best advice I can get you. Don't die. So I got hit by the clothesline. Granted, I was stunned, but that's still pretty bad. Alright, so I think I'm going to split the video here, so I'll see you on the next video.